Well, welcome. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming today.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. So I read on your description on your Facebook that you grew up in the era of Jordan and Horace Grant, which I think is awesome that you listed because I personally was a Larry Bird, Scottie Pippen fan myself. My
Larry
brother,
and Scottie Pippen.
I know, weird,
It's
huh?
rival
Conflicting.
teams.
But my brother had the poster with like the wingspan, you know?
Yeah.
It was monumental to me. But anyways, so you spent early September in New York.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite venue or area to play in?
Well, I actually live in Brooklyn right now. So there's a venue like probably about 5 minutes away from my apartment where I've played a few times now. It's called Glasslands. It's like very kind of like indie, you know, it's probably like a 250 cap room. It's small, like super intimate. If there's 50 people in there, it feels good. Like it's really fun, and it's got like a balcony and crazy art installations. It's very like quintessentially Brooklyn. Yeah. But it's really cool.
So you prefer a more intimate performance?
Yeah, I think, you know, for me, obviously it's great when I get a chance to play and open up, you know, for a bigger artist and play for a lot of people. But for the type of show that it is, you know, it's sort of got like a little bit of a sweat on people, just rock out kind of energy. Yeah, and I think it's fun when everybody's crammed together because, especially in those settings, I think people feel less inhibited and they're just, you know, you're like, you kind of got to move and do something instead of just standing around.
So you mean less inhibited? When did you move to Brooklyn full time?
Moved there a year ago, technically, although I haven't spent like enough time there really because it's been a lot of touring and traveling this year. But I think hopefully this fall, when I'm done recording this album that I'm working on, I'm almost done, I'll be able to like, you know, cook dinner at home.
You like
enjoy.
cooking?
I do, yeah. I do. I'm like big into dinner
like to cook?
parties. Well, I don't know. I just made some pretty. I feel like I keep telling people about this because like
I've never heard it before. First time.
All right.
First time.
It's your first time. So my buddy's vegetarian, and I wanted to cook this like vegetarian feast, but then I ended up inviting all these people, so then I had to make all this food. But I made these really good bulgur burgers. You know bulgur wheat?
No.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So it's like I don't know. It's maybe similar to barley or something.
Okay.
But it's like, you know, it's very good for you. Now, that's not why I made these, but it's like super high protein, super high in fiber, yeah. And it's like that in beans and cilantro and roasted onions, and then you put that in a food processor and make these. It's awesome.
So let's talk about your music. A lot of it is free on your website.
Yes.
Why the choice to just give it away right now?
Well, I mean, I think at this point, especially when you're like a young artist, the goal, at least in my mind, is just exposure, you know, to give people, to create as few obstacles to obtaining the music and listening to it and perhaps liking it. So, you know, I think obviously people are more likely to take something if it's free. And, you know, it's been cool, like just, I know a lot of other artists who say this too, but, you know, I'll play like tonight in Spokane or wherever, and people will like try to give me $20, be like, I downloaded so much of your music, I want to give you this, you know, but it's like they come onto the shows, they support, and I think it builds like an organic movement of people who are invested in something.
Yeah,
you know?
that's gotta be really cool to see such a genuine appreciation.
Yeah,
from fans,
people are really nice. Like, I mean, there's a lot of bad people out there, but most people are
Do you have any
nice.
crazy stories from the road?
Oh, I mean, yeah, probably. Actually, we just saw a dude. This isn't really.
Here in Spokane, Washington? Is this
Well, we saw a dude who we saw two people in a row who had gunshots in their shins. I'm pretty sure.
Was it a tattoo or was it a real?
No, it was like an open wound.
Oh my
so that was a little harrowing on the way. But no, I saw a girl. It was so we played Bellingham last night. I hope this girl isn't watching. She probably doesn't remember, but it was her 25th birthday. She was very intoxicated. And really sweet though.
Very sweet, intoxicated.
We were leaving, and I'm like going to the bathroom one last time, and in the stall next to me, all of a sudden, just comes a wave of vomit, like on the floor, everything.
It's a happy ending.
Well, hold on. So that's bad enough. That's like kind of bad. Then like some other friend comes in and is like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah," and then slips and falls into her own vomit in a public bathroom stall.
Oh my gosh.
And
did you
then
vomit?
no, I was like, dude, oh god. We got pictures of it, but then I didn't realize it was her. I thought it was her friend who was the one who was doing this. And then as we were leaving, I saw the girl, and I was like, hey, I think your friend's like having a having a hard time in there. And then I looked down at the girl's shoes, and I was like, oh, dude,
That
no,
was you.
that was you.
So I saw a book report up on your website. Do you have
Yeah.
a favorite author, favorite genre to read?
It's funny, I was just talking about this today. I think probably my favorite author is Margaret Atwood, although that's maybe out of just, she has also written like 80 million books, so there's a lot to like. Yeah, but I like a mix. I mean, I like reading kind of alternating fiction and nonfiction, but I think like, for me, reading is sort of this good meditative activity, you know. It forces me to just sort of escape the world, and I love reading. And it's good because I feel like this job sometimes could make me become a lot dumber, and I don't mean that like making music doesn't take brain cells, but just like the lifestyle of touring, and it's kind of gnarly. Yeah, so sometimes I'm like, okay, at least I'm reading a book. Like, my life can't be that bad. I haven't ruined it all.
So a lot of your fans, they appreciate that you stay true to yourself and your style and who you are. Do you ever feel that you have some pressure from anyone to kind of portray a different persona?
Honestly, no. Yeah, no one ever really has said anything like that. I mean, I think people don't want me to like look like ill or something, you know, like look terrible. But I mean, it's been cool. Like, and I'm on a major label now, and they haven't, you know, really done anything remotely to tamper with like how I present myself. They sometimes have cool suggestions for things, but like have never, yeah, I think it's been good. You know, it's like, I think in this age, like, people can sniff out, like, the audience, the world can sniff out an inauthentic kind of image or whatever persona, and it really is ultimately kind of a disservice to the whole thing to try to mold something into something it isn't, you know? I think the key is enhancing the cool parts of something, you know, not totally just stepping on them, spitting on them, making a vulgar burger out of them.
There you go. So growing up, you were a tomboy.
I was?
And then you kind of merged into, and I'm the same way. Like, I grew up with two brothers. It's like, oh, I did anything girly, and then all of a sudden I was like complete girly. So what do you think that transition was for you? Or
I don't know. I mean, my brother is the same age as me, so we were kind of this little like ragtag duo. And I think just as we got older and we weren't like constantly playing football in the backyard or whatever, beating up my little sister, you know, I think that was probably it. But yeah, I have no idea actually.
Where does your brother live now?
He lives in New York.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So we get to see a little more.
Yeah. No, my brother's awesome. It's funny too because he has like a serious job, so he'll like, and he works really late.
Serious job.
And so he'll come like to shows in suits, and he's like the one guy in a suit, and everyone's like,
that's awesome.
he's great.
Supportive.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
Take care.